when I stopped hearing you yell out, that's what really worried me before I got to the other door. Yeah.
I just remembered your voice fading. And
Sure, because I was close to you when I was in the house. I came through the other way. I must have come right past that couch that caught fire, I think. Is that right next to the door?
It was right next to the
door. So I went past that, and I was probably within 10 feet of you, so then, but I couldn't see anything, and I didn't know if there was a way through, and I couldn't breathe, so I had to run back out and come around, which I'm glad I did, because if I had stayed in there too much longer, I would have passed out too, and we would have both died.
The fire marshal said that you could easily become a second victim.
Yeah. Well, I knew that, when I was going into the place, I knew I couldn't stay in there very long,
That's why you are so unbelievably brave.
Well, I'm glad that you were so close to the other door.
I don't know how I got there, except when this is what happened. I pulled off my oxygen line. I was getting ready to go to bed, and the sewer smell was bugging me because it ran right past the front of my house.
Yeah.
So I had a really bad chest cold, and I'd been laying on the couch all day running my oxygen because I was fighting to breathe.
Yeah.
So I got my wheelchair, and I went to go light my incense. I backed up and I went, oh shoot, my lighter is outside. Ashtray, I hadn't been able to smoke. My cigarettes and lighter and ashtray were all sitting in the ashtray outside the door on the doorstep.
Yep.
So I went over, opened the door, picked up the ashtray with everything in it, set it in my lap, and backed up, set the ashtray down on the table, took out my lighter, backed up to where my incense was, and as soon as I flicked that lighter to light the incense, my couch exploded. I mean, it literally exploded so hard that it blew me back and up and out of my wheelchair.
Wow.
I went flying through the house.
Wow. So then do you remember how you got to the kitchen door from there?
From that point,
She was all the way in the kitchen, or was she?
She was in the kitchen. When I opened the door, she was just the other side of that door.
I don't know how I got there. The last thing I remember.
I thought the wheelchair was there too.
Yeah,
the way I remember it, the wheelchair was right next to the stove, right?
That's what it was.
This is the only thing that came out of that house. Everything else was incinerated.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I walked through later with the fire marshal.
Did you?
Yeah.
I had just gotten a brand new power chair too.
Yeah, that's what Joe said. Yeah, what a shame.
Made
Was
me
that covered?
ill.
They're going to replace it? No? Oh.
But my daughter hooked up with a guy who sells refurbished medical equipment.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what he does. Is